Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome back if I was just speaking with you earlier moments ago during my earlier live stream. This is Crafty Fun with Friends, episode 79. On the first of every month, I get together with some of my crafty friends who are also spellbinders, influencers, and we craft with the new Spellbinders Club kits. And so, really, really excited. Whatever day the first of the month lands on, that's when we stream because we do this as a way to give everybody a look at the new club kits because we discovered this, I think, the first time we streamed together. I think it's on the 5th of the month is when you get charged if you're an existing Spellbinders Club member. And so before the 5th, you have the opportunity to change up your subscriptions. So we started doing this live stream on the 1st of the month so that folks can get a look at the various different club kits. We all each get different clubs. So I think across all of us on screen today, we might have everything to show, but we don't work necessarily for spellbinders in that way. So we try our best to answer questions. And if we have it, we can show it. And that way, if you need or want a closer look in order to make a decision as to whether or not you want to change up your subscriptions, then this is a way to do it. And hopefully get to see us craft with them and make something. I saw Carrie's comment earlier, which was hilarious. All fair, all valid questions. So hello to everybody who's joining in the live chat. Thanks for saying hello in the chat. At the moment, we are streaming out to 3 different YouTube channels. We are streaming out to my channel. I'm Lynn at LV Handcrafted. We are streaming out to Lauren's channel, which is Lauren Taylor Made. And we are streaming to Sarah Liz's channel, which is Sassy's LLC. Wherever you are watching from, I hope you'll say hi in the live chat. And you'll be able to see comments from all the people who are watching from the same channel as you are. My on-screen guests and myself, we can see comments from everybody. So wherever you are watching from, I'll be able to see all of those comments. And I'll try to keep all of the conversation connected between all of the 3 channels by bringing on some comments on screen. And that way, if you see me bring up a comment and you're wondering, how come I don't see that in my chat? It's probably because it's from somebody who has typed it into another channel that they're viewing from. So hello and welcome to everybody. As we get rolling here, if you can do all of us, wherever you're watching, the favor of hitting the like button, that would be wonderful. It helps us as YouTube content creators to get the word out about our channel. And it basically tells YouTube that we're putting out content that people are enjoying. And so maybe they should put our channel and our videos in front of more people. So if you can hit that like button, that would be really, really wonderful. And if you feel so inclined, maybe share this stream out too, especially if you know other Spellbinders Club Kit subscribers who you think might be interested in seeing the September clubs. And that way they can join us as well and hopefully find us at least one of our channels. So welcome. And thank you to everybody who's already here with us. And if you're watching on the replay, thank you for being part of the replay crew. Feel free to leave comments and questions in the live chat wherever you happen to be discovering this live stream. So without further ado, I'll have my on-screen guests introduce themselves. So let us know where you are joining from and which club kit are you going to be crafting with today? And do you have a plan for what you're doing or are you just winging it? So let's start with Lauren. Lauren, welcome friend.
Hi. Oh, am I not showing up? I've been having
You're there.
camera issues. Sorry.
I see you.
Yeah, I'm sticking my
Uh,
hands out though, and I don't see them. Well, if you can
oh,
hear, I'll figure it out. But I'll talk while I'm up. Hi, I'm Lauren Taylor, and I'm from Southern California. It's very warm today, and I'm using the stitching die of the month, and am planning to also bring in the stencil and possibly the embossing folder, but the stitching is what I'm going to be working on today.
Oh, fun. Okay, well, hopefully we can get your camera. I
Yeah.
didn't realize you were frozen. I was like, I see you just fine.
Yeah.
All right. Lauren's gonna figure that out for us. And while she does that, welcome, Sarah Liz. Hi, friend. Can you let folks know where
Hi,
you are joining
everybody.
from?
How are you? So I'm Sarah Liz. I'm on Instagram and YouTube at Sassy's LLC, and then Facebook Sassy's LLC Cards. Today, I think I'm using the small and large die. I might bring in the stencil, and I'm definitely bringing in some sneak peeks of emergency card kits. If you aren't familiar with my channel, I release a free printable on the first and third Friday of every month with sentiments and a card sketch. But this month, I'm releasing 5. So I promised everybody there would be some sneak peeks tonight because I've made things that coordinate really nicely with these clubs to try to help you get more out of them if you do subscribe. But they go with lots of other like fall themed and other things. You'll see. It's going to be fun.
Awesome. So excited. Thank you. And I don't know if Lauren can still hear us, but her camera is like completely off
I'm here.
now.
I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
trying to figure out why my camera is
Okay.
not connecting. But I'm here.
No worries, friend. You take your time to do that. Let me tell your audiences a bit about me. So my name is Lynn. I am LV Handcrafted on all of the socials. And on the first of the month, I always put out what I call a flip video. It's where I make at least one flat, one layered, one interactive, and one pop-up card. And so this month, or earlier today, really, this video came out where I made this is my flat card, did a little bit of coloring, which is a great way to make a flat card because this image is so big. So really, it can kind of carry the day on a card. And then my layered cards. So these are, I mean, it's 3 cards, but I really just consider it one because they're all the same layout. But I made them because the glimmer of the month, look at how fancy that font is.
Yeah,
Isn't that
that's great.
isn't
That's
it fancy
awesome.
schmancy? Yeah, so I thought that that thanks glimmer plate was so fancy schmancy that I wanted to bring out the treasured cardstock that Spellbinder puts out in these 3 colorways because they actually have glimmer hot foil in these 3 colorways as well. So they've got gold. It's not their matte gold that I happen to use on this, but look how well it matches like the gold glimmer. So both of these sentiments are glimmered, and then that's the gold.
Oh.
These are 2 different golds from the treasured cardstock collection. There's the satin mirror card or foil card, and then the glimmer or glitter cardstock. And silver, same thing. So I glimmered the thanks. So the thanks word in the glimmer set has a coordinating die. So that's actually dimensional. It's raised a little bit. But these additional, and there's like 5 additional sentiments that you can combine with the glimmer, they don't have coordinating dies. And so gold, rose gold, and silver. So that's my layered card. My this is my interactive card, which is the easiest interactive card you can make. It's an action wobbler. It's like glue
But
and
it's
stick.
so funny.
I know, because his head's so big.
Right?
Look like
I've got a kid who's got a head like that. He knows it too.
It's so funny. He'll grow into his head, don't worry.
Maybe.
But it was, I just had to do it. I just had to do it. So not all of my cards are super complicated, folks. This one's my pop-up card, and again, a really your very basic pop-up mechanism, great for scene building. And I just really, really love this scarecrow. So I saw that there was a comment. So if you've got questions, folks, let us know in the chat. Whatever questions you have, shout it out in all caps if you need to in order to get my attention. I saw earlier. Oh, thank you, Judy. Judy said the audio quality is great today. I know it's been a struggle. Thanks for your patience on that. Oh gosh. So let's see. Where was that question I saw earlier? Okay, Cindy says I want to see what you all do with the scarecrow small die. Is anyone crafting with the small die?
Well, I'm using parts of it, but not the scarecrow. I did this one with the
I
scarecrow.
love it.
And I don't know if you guys can see on camera. This is one of the sentiments that I made, and then I foiled it. It says, "I have been changed for good." And there, yeah. Well, Lynn has seen, and Lauren, a little sneak peek, or anybody who watched today's video. Actually, I sneaked it this morning. I have a video and probably a kit coming out later with more sentiments from Wicked that I'm super excited about. Like, I can't look at this, you guys. Look at this.
Look, I love it.
I know. I can't wait. I couldn't help myself. This is how we went from like 2 kits for the month to 5. Actually, there might be 6. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell them.
That's so awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I missed it then. What are you crafting with today?
So I just cut like a bunch of pieces. I haven't used the barn yet from the large die. So I cut the barn, and then it's just a bunch of the small pieces from both the small die and the large die. And then I'm going to make, instead of A2 cards, something smaller, maybe a tag, maybe I don't know if you guys saw Crafty Al's sheet load today, but this is a small like mini version of that I've been playing with. But the scale of these is so small that I wanted to like find a way to use them that would be size appropriate without having to build a huge scene.
Yeah.
That's my plan.
That's a good point, because the whole scene does look like it's going to end up being pretty big if you use it the way it's designed.
Yeah. Like this scarecrow on the small die, he's big, right? I mean, that's, I don't know, 4 inches, 4.5 inches. Did I use trying to think of what else I've used so far. These are the sunflowers, like, and they're big too. So yeah, I think it's like 5 by 7 probably to make the whole farm scene.
Very cool. Okay, question from Carrie. How do we get the emergency card kits, Sarah Liz?
That is a great question. So emergency card sentiments are absolutely free. I do ask if you're going to use them that you subscribe to my channel, but I will put a link in the chat to my emergency card kit playlist. There's almost 50 of them, you guys. By theme, there's a bunch of them specifically for Spellbinders Club kits. And yeah, you just download them and then you use them. And if you put it on social media, tag me because I want to see.
Yay. Awesome. So folks, pop on over to Sarah Liz's channel. At some point, if it hasn't already happened, links wherever you're watching from will pop into your live chat with links to each of our channels. So hopefully you'll pop on over and check out her videos. I love this from Lori. Lori says, my husband cooked and he told me Computer Lynn could come eat with us. So hello to Lori and to Lori's husband. What's for dinner? I'd love to know what we're enjoying tonight. So let me know. And there was a request to glimmer. So maybe I'll change up my plan. Maybe I'll do some glimmering. so that I can show that. And let's put Lauren. I saw your hands move.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm here now. I'm hoping that was it.
Yay!
I'm just trying to
Okay.
detangle my thread. There we go.
And so this month's stitching die, is it?
It's
a
a sunflower. Yeah, and there's centerpiece that what I love is that you don't have to do stitching. You could just do solid pieces. The stitching always comes separate for the most part. I don't think I've had anything not separate.
Is the stitching separate on the sunflower?
Yeah. So here's
I couldn't tell.
And there's the stitching. So you can run them through at the same time, which is what I did, or you could do just a solid, which is nice. And
that sunflower is huge and beautiful.
Yeah, it's really big. I thought about doing another one without the holes just to fill in the rest of the flower, but since I'm going to do stenciling, I want as much stencil to show. And then there's a stem and 2 leaves that you can die cut without the holes as well. And there's a thanks so much sentiment with shadow dies as well. So cute. So you can make a card with a sentiment just from this one die set, which is nice.
That's cool because
it doesn't always.
Yeah, and it doesn't always have sentiments.
No, it doesn't always.
Yeah, so that's cool.
So Lauren, you were saying there's almost always a way to cut the stitching die without the stitching holes?
Yeah, most of them come separate. So you can use it as a regular die. I wonder if I have last month's next to me.
I was looking really closely at that one. That one, it was pretty obvious that you could pop stuff out. Like, because I don't stitch. There's no way.
Yeah, here's
no way I would survive it.
I guess the paintbrush does have stitching, but there are pieces that you could cover these holes.
Right.
With. Yeah.
It looks like there's ways to like cover stuff up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lori says we had frozen pizza. He cooked dinner, and it's even his birthday. Oh well, happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
He is a great guy. You're so well. Thank you for including me in your birthday dinner.
Oh,
so sweet. Okay, so I think I'm set up. Switching gears. Okay, so Carrie, just to answer your question, I'm not finishing a card. Don't even ask again. It's just not gonna happen. Folks can watch Sarah Liz's and Lauren's screens if you want to see a card actually come to life.
Are you wax sealing?
No, I'm switching up because there was a request for glimmering. So
oh, that's right. I was listening and paying attention, I swear.
It's okay. I totally ignored you and what you were saying earlier about what you were using.
Totally fair. You know what? It has been a week around here. I got a new window in my craft room. Half the house actually got new windows. And so like I had to take everything out of my craft room so they could get to the window. And like the one good day I had to craft meant they were working on windows and it was 100 degrees outside. So the whole house was like, so I feel like my brain's a little fried. It's going to be fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're here with us.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm here with you. I just needed some like good crafty time with friends.
Yay. Okay, so very tight squeeze on my screen, everybody, but I will try to show as much as I can. Let's see. So for folks who wanted to see, well, really it was just the one person I think that I saw the request from, but you have a lot of power as an individual, so you've totally changed up my game plan for today. And so by request, glimmering. So I have the Spellbinders Glimmer hot foil system. There's a rocker switch on the back. You flip that on, you'll see some lights come on here. Red light just means that it's on and heating up. This green light will turn on and be solid when it's ready for you to start glimmering. And what you need to glimmer is some hot foil, which is different from transfer foil. Hot foil requires heat and pressure, whereas transfer foil requires something that is a medium that is sticky in order for it to grab, and pressure. And heat helps, but really it needs to be some kind of medium with some adhesive type properties. Okay, so the glimmer of the month comes like this. It has your big thanks here. That's the nice brush lettering one. And then there's 5 different additional sentiments. And those do not have coordinating dies. So the only glimmer plate that has a coordinating die is the word thanks. But the additional sentiments that you get are for having a big heart. All I can say is thanks. Thanks. This card is full of thanks. Thanks for lending a hand. Thanks for being a friend. So those are the 5 that you get. And I'll just do the word thanks.
I love the size of those. Like,
Yeah, they're big.
we don't see that all that often, which is great.
I mean, this is A2 panel, so just for perspective on size, that's the size of it. So what I'm going to do is trim down some foil that's just big enough to cover that. I'm going to do that mostly off screen here in a moment. So green light's on, which means it's ready to roll. I'm not there yet with the there's different tools and whatnot that you can use to cut your foil. I know Spellbinders has a thing. I don't have the thing that they sell, but I'm sure it works great. It really, I can't even find the thing that I do have, so I'll just use a pair of scissors.
It's like that, is it, Lynn? Doing great.
It's one of those days, folks. I just did an impromptu live stream like moments ago. Had no plan besides doing some wax seal stuff, and then just changed my very minimal plan.
Why not?
I know. I was just as equally prepared to do this as I was to do the wax seal, so it's all good. Okay, so if you can trim a little bit closer, it might be a little bit better, so that it reduces potential for overfoiling, and it just saves you your foils. But I'm gonna foil that. You can, if you want, tape that down. So I do a lot of sublimation stuff these days, and so I'm gonna use some of my heat tape, which is really nice for because it's resistant to high temperature, but it's low tack. So
nice.
Yeah. So if you tape it, it's just less likely to kind of shift on you as you put it onto your. This is warm. It's not gonna burn you. I'm like tapping it, and I'm not dying. I'm not giving myself a burn. But you don't want to be resting your hand on it. Then when you've got your plate on here, hit the timer. That's going to start to blink. And when it's solid, you need to run this through your die cutting machine. And where did I put my plates? Y'all, this is a pro at work here. I found it. So I'm using black cardstock. My black cardstock is only I think it's only 80 pounds. So I'm adding a cardstock shim because it is going to help give it a little bit of extra pressure. So if you're finding that you're getting under foiling, then maybe add a cardstock shim. That might help. Carrie, you're throwing too much at me, my friend. Carrie says you should make a card with the glimmer kit and the wax seal kit. Are you crazy? Have you met me?
You can do it.
Yes, heat tape. It's great. I don't know why I didn't think about it until like just recently. Oh no, somebody lost a pet?
What?
I just saw Meg's comment. It's hard to lose a pet. But I don't see the initial comment.
I think they're betting on whether or not you'll finish a card.
Oh, I don't know. Is it? Okay. So I just pulled it out from my glimmer, and then I've got my manual machine here. I happen to be using the Beercraft, but whatever you've got that will accept a large platform essentially. So this will go through your Sizzix. It'll go obviously through any Spellbinders machine. I think, does this go through the Sizzix electric machines?
That, I think that does. The switch. I've seen it done.
Oh yeah? Okay.
I haven't done
Lauren's
it,
gonna,
but I've seen it.
I was gonna say, Lauren's gonna test it out for us.
Oh, Cece's friend lost their pet. Oh, that's so sad.
Oh, I thought you said bet. That's way worse.
That's way worse, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Cece, for your friend's loss.
Yeah.
That is tough. I'm dreading that day myself. My pup is 12 this year.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, folks. Huzzah. There's that. And if you're foiling, I recommend just keep foiling because this thing's already hot and warmed up. So I like to just keep going. And while your plates are warm and everything's heat up and stuff, subsequent foilings, will hopefully be better. So I'm just gonna continue foiling here. And I'm gonna throw, oh my gosh, you're done stitching?
Just
What?
a sunflower.
Oh my gosh.
They've been there all night.
Yeah, it really makes sense that you get it because you're fast at stitching. Because that club kit would not make sense in my hands.
Oh my
And
goodness.
at first I was like, I don't know, but I was like, you know what? I have floss, the thread. Let's try it, and I've enjoyed it, so I haven't told them to stop.
I mean, I have plenty of embroidery floss, but
Same.
I
Can't get rid of anything.
it's just, it takes me forever is the thing. So I feel like as long as my flip video takes, I mean, if I had to do stitching, that would double the amount of time it took.
I would have to find my glasses before I ever started, and that's half the day gone. So it's fine. Maybe if I was going to do this again, I think I maybe wouldn't ink blend these teeny tiny things. Just gonna lay that right out there.
Oh, let me see what you're doing.
Oh, they're cute though.
They are cute. And I wanted like this sort of fall rainbow situation, whatever, but look at this. They're absolutely tiny.
Yeah, they're cute though.
They're cute. Well, and like here's the stems. They're all connected. So I'm gonna put them together connected first, but I might chop them apart. We'll see. We will see.
Yeah, I haven't used a lot of the large die. I just used on my pop-up card like the cloud that you get and the what else do you get? Oh, those border dies are kind of nice.
Border dies. There's
Yeah,
border dies? Oh, yeah. I swear I've used it already. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm losing it. I would love to know from the chat, do you guys want to see me do something that's like inspired by the sheet load like this guy, or would you like to see some tags maybe? Because I'm undecided.
Oh, okay. So live chat, wherever you're watching from, let Sarah Liz know. We have her fate in our hands.
Can't say it.
Do you want to see her make some tags or some sheet load inspiration? Oh, here we go. Tag.
I think I'll get through more of them if I do tags, but the sheet load is fun.
Well, so. Too bad, friend. Sheet load.
You are not kidding. Okie dokie. Should we put a magnet in there too? I was thinking about a fun flip mechanism since I'm probably only doing one.
You said that, there's like a stream of. Don't try to put your thumb on the scales. Come on.
This is when I first came back to card making. I used to let my youngest son, who was probably 3 or 4 at the time, come in and tell me what kind of card I was gonna make, and it'd be like red with a platypus, right? So I'm here for it. I always had fun with it.
Oh, that's so cute. Well, no wonder you're so prepared for craft roulette. You've been training for it.
I love it. Like, it is, well, me talking, Lauren turned in her 150th card this week. Last week. Lauren, you're my hero.
I did the math. I actually think I might have been at 152, but I don't know. I've missed a couple submissions, just forgetting to submit them on time. But I've made a card for the parameters every week since the first time I've been on. And that even includes traveling. Like, I was in Iowa for my sister's wedding, and I went to Michael's and just bought some random stuff to make a card. I had my aunt. Yeah, I mean, can't stop now.
No.
My aunt's a crafter, so when I go to her place in Florida, she lets me use her supplies, so I don't miss a week. So yeah, I think I'm actually more now, but that's okay. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I enjoy it. It's fun.
Just bump that number up by a couple next time you give a status.
I know. I need to actually count.
Wouldn't they all be in craft roulette, whatever?
I mean, I've done one every week, so I just need to subtract whatever episode I was on, right? The week before that, and that should tell me.
Well, because she hasn't submitted, so on the
there's a couple, right. Yeah. But I did one, I swear.
I managed to go every week for I don't know, 26, 30, something like that. And then, and then I joined a design team, my first design team. And it was like, oh.
Yep.
All right. I thank you, Meg. And Kelly, I see your question now about foiling. So I will
Linda.
Oh, good job, Linda.
Show the foiling. Yeah, Linda's up to 161. Amazing.
Yeah. Hang on, guys. I'm having technical difficulties.
Oh, no worries. We will I'll throw myself back up here.
Okay.
So that I can talk about the foiling. So for folks who are interested, the Glimmer of the Month is pretty cool. It's sentiment intensive. All sentiments this time around. So I'm foiling the word thanks, which you get in this big scripty font, which is really nice. And this is the Glimmer machine. There are other hot foil machines out there, but you turn it on. The red light will indicate that it's actually on. This initially will be off. The second green light will initially be off. But then when the plate here is hot, it will turn a solid green. And that means that it's ready to heat up your Glimmer plate. I am glimmering onto some black cardstock, which is only about 80 pounds, which is lighter weight than the normal cardstock that I like to use. And so I just have a piece that's like big enough for my sentiment here. And then you do need to use hot foil, not transfer foil. So if you're familiar with deco foil, that's a transfer foil and it won't work the same.
I might do some transfer foil later so we can show the difference.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, that's perfect. Because transfer foil requires a medium in order to transfer it, and the pressure that like a mink machine or your laminator, the pressure and heat helps for that to take place. But in the case of a hot foil, it needs a lot of pressure and a lot more heat, and so that's why you need a specific machine for it. So what you do is when you get your foil, there's one side that actually has a plastic carrier. It's pretty thin. But usually it's the side that's like really super shiny that is what you want on top. Like that. So super shiny side on top. And then you put your Glimmer plate. So there'll be one side that's really solid, one side that has the design. So you want to put the design so that it's facing your foil like that. And if you're able to, you can use some low tack tape. I'm using a heat tape to just tape everything down so that it doesn't shift on me as I place this onto the platen here. And so once you have this, so it's basically whatever substrate, whatever paper you want to foil onto, then your hot foil, shiny side up, then your Glimmer plate or your hot foil plate with the design face down. So it's going to push into that. This solid portion of your plate needs to be touching the heat surface. So put that there. On the Glimmer machine, you hit the button at the bottom here, and then this timer light starts to flash. When that's done flashing is when it's sufficiently heated up, and then you'll want to run that through a die cutting machine that will accept a platform, one of these like large platforms. I'm using a cardstock shim because my black paper is a little bit on the thin side. And so the actual plate combination, these plates come with the Glimmer, so it's just a like a frosted plate that's got a high temperature. You know, I see people do this differently, but I think you're meant to actually put this closer to the heat surface because this is rated for higher temperature. And then your clear one goes on top. So, and I just like to put my cardstock shim in between. You can put it really anywhere. And that's just to add a little bit of extra pressure because that black cardstock I'm using is a little bit lighter weight. The paper that I prefer to Glimmer or foil onto is I have really good luck with hammer mill, like that
Yeah.
very popular, the digital one. That's 100 pound. And then Spellbinders. Now, if you're looking for like real consistency, the Spellbinders specialty glimmer paper, that's spendy. It's a little bit expensive for paper, but if you really want like to have very consistent results, I've never gotten a bad foiling on it. I don't always use it, but I use it when I'm like, okay, this is like a big design. I don't want to like waste a lot of foil on a big design and have it like not 100% foil.
Get that.
So that's, and the reason is because that glimmer specialty paper is it's a little bit like Yupo paper. It's got some plastics in it, which make it super smooth. So really, it's the more smooth a cardstock is, the more success you will likely have. And that's why that hammer mill is so nice. So I think,
or like
really
anything. You've been foiling, Lynn, on like glitter cardstock, some glitter cardstock, or any of your like glossy cardstocks or your shiny cardstocks. Like those tend to foil really well.
Yeah, I mean, with the glitter cardstocks, I've done that with these treasured collection by Spellbinders. It does need to be a glitter cardstock that is like super smooth though, not like a glitter cardstock that has a lot of texture to it. But that's what it looks like when it's foiled. So Cece asks, where is my heat tape from? I have heat tape that's from Artistry because I'm on that design team, but I also use a generic brand heat tape from Amazon, and I happen to have heat tape from We Are Makers as well. So just look for that wording if you're searching on Amazon. And I mean, I've used the same little 2 stretches of tape kind of over and over a few times now. So, and then if you have a solid plate, like the like this, you can foil the leftover, the negative. So this is from the one I just did here. And so you can take that and then foil it like onto, well, let's see how well this does. I don't know how well. I'm hit or miss on this, folks. Kind of shouldn't have brought it up. This is not gonna be a successful demo. Okay, if you have a solid plate, this is gonna take some extra time to heat up because it's so thick. You can just put your leftover foil and then onto some cardstock and then glimmer that and get the negative, basically get the inverse of this where it's silver on the surround and then it's black lettering. So let's let that go, and I'm gonna probably give it longer than after it stops flashing, just because I think
so big.
I'm using the Pink Fresh solid
oh yeah
plate, and it's really thick. I feel like it takes longer to heat.
No kidding.
Like, right? I think it's thicker than like a standard foil, like a design, like a regular foil plate. I don't know.
Tell you what, I used the back of the Yana's, was it the Poppies? Whichever one came out first. Because she did it in her video and it worked beautifully. And I don't ever have good luck with that stuff. So
even though it's like
textured
on the front, that would be touching the
but like I mean, I gave it more time, but that worked beautifully.
Ooh, Sarah Liz, can we throw a twist? Trudy has suggested a tag on a sheet load, so you can combine the two.
I'll think about it. Tags actually scare me. I'm really bad at them. So maybe. It didn't take a whole lot of convincing for me to be like, okay, sheet load.
I know. I was like, why was it an option then? You're brave.
Because if people wanted to see tags, it would have been like a great way for me to stretch myself. I try sometimes. Sometimes I don't know what I've done with my supplies. It's gonna be
fine. Also, Kelly, I'm happy that to have given you the demonstration. I don't do a lot of this on video in my videos. Usually, especially like with my flip videos, I do like a lot of the prep in advance so that I can kind of keep it to a reasonable video length. So I appreciate anyone who's ever watched my flip videos. Thank you for taking the time because I know they're long. So let's see. All right.
Sherry says tags scare her too, so I'm not alone.
Oh, hey, well, there you go. You've got friends.
Every time they come up in craft roulette, I run.
Okay, so I think I did the peel off screen for that earlier one, but basically I was saying that there's like a carrier to this. See how I'm peeling this back and there's clear. See, this is what happens a lot of times is I don't get a perfect foiling when I do the negative. Sometimes, like now that this has been heated up some, maybe if I do it again, it'll be better, but you can see it didn't really transfer. So when you're done foiling, there's this plastic that you just peel back. So be sure to peel it back because it looked great when you know
down.
Yeah, you can run it again.
Yeah, well, I can't line it up perfectly, but yes, you could if you didn't do what I did, which was to peel everything off, you could try to run it again. But because this is the negative, and all I'm doing is just trying to save, use as much as possible. I'm not too mad. It's just a bit of cardstock.
Right.
Might be better onto
what happens if you die cut it? Just die cut around it.
Yeah, I think. Well, I guess it has like a distressed look. You could maybe see.
Yeah. I think you could pull it off.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Great. I think we use the same brand of cardstock, black cardstock, I always get that result when I foil on that black cardstock. I
use the Nina Astro Bright.
Oh, I thought you used the Michaels.
No. Michaels I use for my other colored cardstock, but the Astro Bright is like way, way dark. So it's like the darkest cardstock that's not super duper expensive.
Yeah, I agree.
So.
Okay. You guys know I love you because I'm stenciling and I'm not cleaning my stencils right away because it'll take too long. And it's like, I don't know if I can handle it.
I love that color combo.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's really pretty.
Thank you.
Carrie's so sweet. She's popping around to all of our channels and leaving.
Yeah, that's best.
Thank you, Carrie.
Next time, maybe we'll get Carrie back on with us.
Yeah. I mean, talk about busy people. Carrie is super busy. She's traveling a lot to the shows and teaching classes and making takes. And okay, so Carrie is suggesting I do white cardstock. What solid color cardstock are you?
White.
What solid color cardstock do you all like for hot foiling? Oh, that's a good question. I wonder if I do have the Spellbinders black. What's it called?
Oh no. I got nothing.
Is it their brushed black? I think that's what.
Oh yeah.
I
bet that would foil well.
Yeah, because it's thick. I think it's.
Okay, I'm gonna mute so I can heat up this.
Okie dokie. Well, let's check in on. Oh, you're using the stencil too. Cool.
Yeah, I like her color combo better though. Well, not for my yellow sunflower, but I love non-traditional for holidays.
Yeah. I like I was happy with my denim blues also. I thought that went pretty well with orange.
Yeah.
Like probably never see a blue pumpkin, but it looks cool. I like it. Nice. Let's see. I threw away my other. Oh, maybe I'll try to hot foil this onto something white. Let's experiment. Well, do I have some hammer malt?
Friends, I think it's gonna work.
That's nice.
So I'm trying to figure out if I have enough cardstock to cover this piece and this piece. I could measure it, but that's a lot of work. We're just gonna go for it.
Just wing it.
I will measure. I'm measuring it. Okay. What is it? It's 2 7/8.
Oh, Angie, we did not talk about that. I don't think. Did you talk about how teal pumpkin means you have non-food options for trick-or-treaters? I had no idea.
Oh, yeah, my nephew has a huge peanut allergy, and he walks around with his little teal pumpkin, and people have no idea. And so he just gets this bucket full of stuff he can't eat, and so all the other kids in the family treat him. It's cute.
We try to always have something, even if it's not glow sticks. Yeah, glow sticks where you break them. Those are glow sticks, right?
Yeah.
Or we'll do friendship bracelets or erasers or something that I can buy in bulk.
Exactly. We always have a separate fruit candy bucket as well.
Oh, that's good too.
So if they want candy, but they've got a nut something or a gluten something, they can do that. My
favorite is always the fruity Tootsie Rolls.
Oh, really?
I love those candies. Yes.
I don't think I've ever tried one.
What? Oh, yeah.
They get thrown away around
here. My God.
You're about to change my whole Halloween.
Oh, my gosh. I love them. I mean, they're like Starbursts. You know what I mean? It's not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They're good.
Created to bless. You need to use your glimmer. She says I have the glimmer and I've never used it.
Oh.
Work it out. Use it.
We should do a craft along. We'll glimmer together. I don't use mine on camera very often because it just takes a long time for a sentiment. And my videos are so long.
Oh, here's another suggestion. Angie says picked up Pokemon cards at Costco.
Oh,
that's another non-food.
Oh. I don't think they'd make it to Halloween. My kids would.
Hi, Wims. Welcome, friend. Yeah, I didn't know about the teal. Now I know. Yeah, but I've never seen anybody show up at my door with teal. So then the idea is that if they have teal, that means don't give them candy, give them a non-food. So it's not
asks. I know some kids probably don't know, and they might just pick teal because they like teal. But I keep a little teal pumpkin by our front door.
Yeah, we have like a teal bowl that is like for that.
Yeah.
Interesting. What's the origin for that? Why teal?
I have no idea.
I don't know. There's a website. It's like the Teal Pumpkin Project. Abigail did a Girl Scout thing about it.
Oh, right on.
I don't remember, but she did it for me.
Wasn't your project.
Yeah.
So have you ever wondered whether Lauren helps her kid with her homework?
Sometimes I do. I mostly go, here, you need to do this. Best of luck.
Tell you what, we're right in the beginning of the school year. We've been back for a couple weeks, and I have a fourth grader. And so we're really working on this whole, like, it's your homework, not mine.
Yeah.
Like, you are responsible for this, and I will try to remind you.
Abigail's school doesn't have homework. They have an unhomework policy. Yeah.
That's really smart.
Project based within the school. Now that, I mean, if they don't finish something, sometimes they have to finish at home, but for the most part, she doesn't do much at home. Yeah. Which sometimes is hard because then I have no idea what she's doing.
Right. I teach at a community college, and so we have a lot of conversations about equity, and like there's such a huge gap between the students who have parents at home who have gone to college, who understand school and understand the game, and the students who don't have that kind of help, or like the parents aren't home. And so like those no homework policies can be tremendously important towards pushing teachers to accomplish really necessary material in class. So like it kind of sucks, but I'm all for it.
Yeah, I think from the research I've read about it or heard about it was that if kids aren't getting it at school, they're not going to get it at home, like.
Well, yeah.
So sending them home with assignments for them to not do or not do well on, lowering their grades, like what help really is that?
Yeah. I remember having just the heaviest backpack starting in like fourth or fifth grade, going home every night.
Yeah.
Like, that was the worst.
This didn't do much better. Cold. It's actually worse.
The way that you said that. This didn't do much better.
Just keeping it real, folks. And now you know why I don't show this on my videos. Let's get this off. And it's so heavy, my magnetic doohickey here.
Oh, I know. Trying to get those plates off.
Yes, I use my Misty magnet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's smart. Right. That's why I have this. Okay, there we go. Thanks for the reminder. No, that's not a Misty magnet, but it's my super.
Sure.
Super sturdy.
All right. Oh, that's upside down.
Well, I think, Debbie, that's gonna have to be the trick, is to leave the film on. But the thing is, and then maybe like just because the thing is, it can peel off. If somebody picked at it.
Yeah.
But that's only if they knew, right? So I don't know. I could probably get away with it. Or maybe there's a way to like encapsulate, like if it was behind some acetate that didn't give somebody access to peel at it.
Or like, I'm thinking about kind of like what T's been doing on her channel with her double-sided adhesive and like the glitter, and like if you just glittered over the, I don't know, it might get weird texture behind it.
Yeah, I don't know. Carrie says that's weird. Maybe that plate is not good for your system. Possibly because it is the Pink Fresh plate. But it's supposed to be universal.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Did you put a shim in with the plate?
I did.
I should have assumed.
I'm just saying. Oh, great. Carrie, she's such an enabler. It's like my solid plate is from Ellen Hudson. Oh, I didn't realize.
That was
Because
mine.
everybody has. Yeah. Oh, okay. Maybe 2 shims. Yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing. That is the thing with foiling, I think just in general, is that you kind of have to figure out what combination works best for your system. And I think there are, specs for hot foil plates, but also, a lot of different brands put out foil plates. And so they might all be like slightly different thicknesses, even from within the brand too. I mean, there's going to be some variation. Not everything is going to be super identical. So it could take a little bit of experimentation to figure out what combination of plates and shims and whatnot work the best for your system. But that's why, honestly, like the Spellbind, if you're struggling to get like a good foil, I would just maybe get like the small pack of the specialty paper from Spellbinders.
You're cutting out a little bit, Lynn, or at least you are for me.
Yeah, as because I was moving.
No big deal.
So this is what it looks like. Glimmer Specialty Cardstock. I get it in the 25 because it's just more economical per sheet, but I think they have a 10 pack if you just want to give it a try. And you can feel, if you ever get it, you can feel the difference. It is pretty like plasticky. It's the only like word that I can think to describe it, because it is like a man-made material.
Is it kind of like Express It or some of the alcohol marker cardstocks?
No, because those are still at least paper fiber. It's more like Yupo paper.
Okay.
Which is man-made. But Express It and alcohol ink, coloring cardstock is another really good alternative. But those actually are paper fiber, where this is. I'm sure there's some paper fibers in it, but it's actually got plastics in it, which is what makes it super smooth.
Gotcha.
So this would be good for like your alcohol ink, like the techniques, where you use the drops and you push the ink around. It would be really good for that. So I'll foil onto some so that you can see. Yeah, that's true. Or yeah, that's the other thing too. And it's not just like the plates and the shims and the combinations and the papers. It can also vary based off of the color foil that you're using.
Yes.
Yeah, Luann, I agree with that tip. It's a really good tip from Jennifer McGuire. I was letting my solid plate had run through one already, and then my second one, it was on there for extra long because I forgot to hit the timer button. So so it was already preheated, had foiled once, and then sat there for I don't know how long before I realized I hadn't pushed the button. And then I pushed the button, and it still didn't really do what it was supposed to do. That's just the nature of foiling sometimes. Oh my gosh, Lauren's done with her card.
What?
I haven't made my card base yet.
I'm like messing around with magnets over here. I don't know.
Oh, that's so gorgeous. Wow, that really is big, that sunflower.
Yeah. So I did use the standard
what's that?
embossing. The standard embossing.
Oh, really?
What is
This
it
one?
called? Folder. I was gonna
It's
call it a plate,
cute.
but that's not. Yeah, it really is. It's a herringbone, I think is what they call it, right? Yeah.
That's nice. That's
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah, I really like how this turned out.
I like that you could do it without the stitching. Is that the case for the leaves? That's the case for the leaves too, or just for the flower?
They're solid leaves with a plate of the holes. Yeah, I think this is one of my favorite stitching too. Last month was cute. It's just I don't really make a lot of like paint cards. So with this, I like floral, so this is a good one.
Did you stencil that whole thing here too?
She did.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
She's a fast crafter, this one.
Oh, God.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm not great at the talking. You guys carry the conversation. I'm glad for that.
Well, there's
I think it's time
to
interview Lauren.
I know, right?
Well, I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
Well, there's a lot of love in the chat for your card.
You. Yeah, thank you.
And I was saying we should interview Lauren so that maybe Len and I will talk less and get cards at least close. At least close.
There's no hope. I'm not making anywhere near a card. I'm just foiling. So, you know, good luck to you. I'm sure you're gonna cross the finish line. Liz, you're almost done.
Me? Well, except that I stuck magnets in it and I haven't arranged my die cuts and I don't know, or foiled my sentiment or whatever I was gonna do. It's gonna be fine.
All right.
Everything's great.
I'm gonna try. This is last month's Glimmer plate. So let me try this onto
Need to change my blade on this trimmer.
Oh, story of my life.
I hate when that happens. Just throw that away now.
And it took me 45 minutes to find my blade last time. I
remember. I was like, I know we go through blades so fast.
It's insane. I'm like, I swear I just replaced this.
I know. I use my guillotine whenever I can, but like some things just need like a regular sliding blade.
I use my Glimmer or my guillotine pretty much always.
I don't have a guillotine. Now I feel
excluded. You need one. You need one.
I just don't know where to put it. Oh, they have no space.
Get the Spellbinders one.
No, Lauren, get the little one. Get one of these.
No. Oh, yeah. I thought you were going more little than that. Definitely get one that can go at least, 6 by 8.
Yeah. You got to go 8.5 at least.
I have a little guillotine one my mom gave me, but it's like it's little. I use it for sentiments.
Yeah. That's not.
That won't cut a card base.
Right, exactly. I'm with you because I have like a 4x6 and I can't even find it right now. I don't even know. It's not that useful. I'd rather.
Yeah,
I've never had one of the little bitty.
Well, I got it because I used to have one when I was scrapbooking from high school, and like I moved across the country when I came out here to Washington, and I had it with me and moved houses a couple times and brought it with me, and then all of a sudden, like I don't know why I just decided to like toss it in one of my recent moves. And and then I was like, oh man, that would really come in handy now. Got the little 4x6, and then I was like, this is not as handy as I thought because it sure would be nice to cut like 8.5 by 11 paper.
Yeah.
And you can't really.
Yeah.
Can't fit it. But I love the Spellbinders one. It's really nice. I just wish Spellbinders wasn't so like protective of us.
What do you mean?
Um,
You mean the finger guard?
you can't take this off.
Oh,
You can't?
I don't think so. I haven't wanted to like really force it, but you cannot take this off easily.
Oh my goodness.
And there are occasions where I feel like it would be nice if I could.
Yeah, and that finger guard is huge.
Yes. Well, and that's so that's part of it, is because sometimes it's blocking the measurement that I need to see.
oh yeah.
That was my concern too.
Okay, so big plate. This is last month's glimmer. Got my foil, so you can see the pretty side touches your plate, and then the pretty side for this is like this rainbow. Oh, I guess I should do. Let me do this. Okay, so the pretty side is the rainbow, so that's gonna touch your plate, and then you put your cardstock on top. This is a really big design, so I'm just gonna do my best to position this somewhere there. And let me might have to go a little bit extra. I think my light just turned off, so
there you go. So Angie Downs was asking if we've tried rotary cutters. Angie, I have tried several rotary cutters, and I've had some really good ones, but I am really hard on my trimmers. For a long time, I wasn't even making cards with them. I was making other things. And so I really kind of crushed. I have the one that Crafty Owl has. Yes, it's a good trimmer. I was cutting magnets with adhesive sheet, like by the 100, and you can't change the blade on that one. I think it's a guaranteed trimmer. I think I've heard if you contact Sizzix, they will replace it for you, but yeah.
Do you have or have you tried the that Tim Holtz rotary one?
Yep, it's the worst trimmer I've ever purchased.
Oh, good. I'm not the only one who. Sorry.
It is absolute garbage. And I'm really careful about what I say about companies, but and it's not just us. Everybody, the reviews, generally speaking, say that. And I can't get a clean cut with it. And I'm not an amateur. I know what I'm doing.
I'm not an amateur.
I know how to cut paper.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh, I screwed this up.
Oh, what happened?
I forgot to put the other magnet in. We're going to see if we can get it open. It's going to be fine.
Hi, Colleen. Welcome. Yeah, because I got onto that bandwagon early of the Tim Holtz rotary trimmer because, well, I did get it at a deal, but I got it relatively early when it released. And because I'd never tried a rotary trimmer before, because I've always used the classic kind of blade trimmer or a guillotine, and and supposedly those rotary trimmers are supposed to be nice and sharp and all that jazz. And I was very disappointed because I don't know what effect you were getting. It might be the same as me, but I was getting when you use your blade trimmer, and it's kind of dull, you get more crushed cardstock on the edges, and there's a roll of it on the backside or you start getting fuzzies. It's just not a really sharp, clean edge. That's what I was getting. And a lot of people were like, oh, you have to tilt it this way. I was like, I did all the things. I watched his video. I followed directions, which I don't always follow directions, but I follow.
Friend, here's my embarrassing story. I watched your video and then I bought it.
Then why
I
did
was
you
like,
buy it?
I got it on a deal. It was like half off or something. And I was like, we'll give it a try. Nope. I still own it too.
Well, don't say you weren't warned.
I was warned. I have the exact same problem you were having.
So this is onto the Glimmer specialty card stock, folks.
Oh my goodness. That's a big plate too.
That is a
Yeah, this is last month's order. Yeah, so it's expensive, and yeah, so to Meg's point, yes, exactly, Meg. So Meg says she uses her Tim Holtz one for things like cardboard or thicker things, but not pretty papers. Same here. That's what mine is relegated to now too, is cutting my magnet sheets like chipboard.
Exactly.
Yes, Michelle. Yeah, I understand. I think I just got a bad one, honestly, because a lot of people left feedback on my video and they're like, I do this XYZ tip that Tim Holtz said to do, which I saw, read, and did. But here's the thing, it's like slight pressure varies, right? That's relative. And so I was doing pressure. I did the whole tilt it towards, because there's a little bit of play with the thing. If you know, then you know. And so it says tilt it a little bit towards. So I do that. I do slight pressure. I did hard pressure. I sliced up. I sliced down. I did all the things. I'm pretty confident I did all the things. And I'm not saying that
it's a trimmer. It shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't be that hard.
That's my point also, is that I was able to occasionally get good, clean cuts. And meet my standard, which is a guillotine, which always 100% gives you clean cuts. And I could not get that level of consistency. And for the price that you pay for that trimmer, like you would think that, yeah, and you would think that you wouldn't need to put that much thought into it to get it to do what you'd like it to do. So, oh, well, okay. So I'm sorry, folks. I lied. I did not do all the things because I did not try it with my eyes closed as per. To be
myself your problem.
But Susan brings up a fair point, and I did. But what I did try was casual cutting, because at some point I was like, I must be overthinking this. Because there's no way somebody would design and bring to market a product that requires this much precise.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I was like, I've way overthought this. Because I read too much and I watched too much. And so shy of doing it with my eyes closed, which I did not do, granted. So I didn't do all of the things. But I did try to just casually, like, okay, and I think I did this in my first look video. I was like, okay, let me just swipe. I'm not gonna even think about it. I'm just gonna swipe. And that didn't work either. So either I got a bad one, which I fully admit that maybe I got a bad one. I wrote to Tim Holtz. I messaged him. I mean, I'm not buddy friends with him like Lauren is.
Oh my God, I knew you were going to say that.
I was wondering if you'd remember.
Oh, yeah, I remembered.
I don't know what story this is. I'm feeling sad.
Last month. No. I was joking how Tim Holtz followed me on Instagram and that I was, I did it. I reached peak. Yeah. And so it kept being brought up that we were besties.
Yeah. Well, because oh man, this has been 2 months in a row now. I'm just realizing it because Carrie was crafting with the new, what was it, Carrie, in the chat? What spray was it? I forgot what.
Oh, the spritzes.
The spritzes, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And
I saw that
Carrie
one.
was doing some experimentation for us, and we weren't super happy campers on the first attempts of the spray.
Right.
And Lauren's like, well, don't drag me into this.
Yeah. Because they're like, not that I would ever say anything bad. I was like, I'm not saying anything bad. I'm not a part of this group.
Right.
Don't unfollow me.
Lauren's like, I'm not in with this.
Sorry, Lauren.
Oh man.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't, so Tim Holtz does not follow me. I haven't made it to that level of crafter, extraordinaire yet, and I probably never will, considering what I've just said. But like I think people appreciate different perspectives, and
oh yeah, you have to have feedback.
Right. And if it works well for you, I'm happy for you if you made the purchase and it works well for you, because it's expensive. So I'm glad somebody's getting their money's worth. But that was not my case. And I wrote to him, I was like, I took like photos of the edges I was getting, and I DM'd him, and I was like, not that I really hoped to get a response, but I was like, hey, I watched your video, I did all the things, and this is what I'm getting. What am I doing wrong? You must get those.
Maybe ask Tonic.
Yeah.
I'd probably reach out to Tonic too, right? Isn't it? It's with Tonic, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's the Tonic one. I didn't think at the time, because now I'm well past the warranty or whatever. I didn't think at the time that I got a bad one. I kind of just assumed it was me. And so I didn't.
Oh, you're like, what am I doing wrong? Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. So also when you foil, the other tip that I have is use one of these like Swiffer cloths, and just give it a little swipe here, because any foil that might have clung to the edges, like that didn't peel away cleanly, this will do a pretty good job of just like clearing that off, if there was any, and then you'll get some nice super sharp edges. Oh man, my foil was a little bit scratched. I see a line. I moved
put a sentiment right on top of it.
Yeah, I know exactly when that happened, because I have a plate. Every different companies have different things. I have the We Are Memory Keepers one. So this is a magnetic plate for you to cut your foil, and there's a magnetic ruler. And I put this, and I was like, oh, I need to make more room. And I think I like scratched my foil like this. And I was even thinking about it too. I was like, I hope that didn't scratch the foil. I never did. So folks, like, you don't have to be super ginger with it, but it's clear plastic on this side and the foil is on this side. But if you're too aggressive with what you're doing on this side, it can actually scratch. Like,
I think it's fair to say I'm too aggressive with most of my foil. We need to pick a color of foil for this guy.
With most of my things.
Well, that too. I am not delicate. Okay. Because I obsess and I go down rabbit holes. Here are the options. Oh, I can't even fit all that on there, friends. I don't know. Maybe teal. That might fit. This is like a wood grain. That's kind of nuts. I think there's too much gold on the card already.
Are you foiling?
I could do green. Card? Yeah, I'm going to foil the sentiment.
Okay.
Or I'm going to try. We're going to cross our fingers, right? Is that a different teal? I like that teal better. I think it'll show up better. Anybody else? Other votes on? Carrie says purple. I have like a pinky purple, but not like picked raspberry, like I used on the card. Here, I'll show you. Uh-oh. We're going to lose them all. We're going to lose them all.
Hi, Lindsay. Okay. Welcome. I'm not sure whose channel you're watching from, but welcome. She's a first timer.
Ooh, yay, welcome. Debbie says blue. teal. Yeah, I think, well, silver is kind of boring. I think that pink or that teal are good picks. What do we think?
Teal.
I'm on team teal all the time. You know, let's do team teal. Okay.
Can't go wrong with teal.
And I already punched out, oh my board, you're old.
Oh, that's what Carrie. I was like, Carrie, what? I didn't see the context of why she said this. And
You're like,
I was
wow,
like,
thanks, Carrie.
I know. I was like, I don't think
hard.
I'm old.
Yeah, no.
That's so funny.
Gaz. Oh my gosh, Gaz, hello, friend. Gaz says, I'm a delicate rhino.
I used to have I still have the shirt, but it doesn't fit anymore. And it's got a rhino on it, and it says "Save the Chubby Unicorns." And I love it so much. I won't get rid of it. It's not going to happen.
Carrie, I turned my this thing off, my glimmer machine off, or else I would try to do some negative foiling onto. I'm gonna experiment with that. Do the negative foiling onto the glimmer specialty card and see if that makes a difference or if it's my plate. I sure hope it's not my plate because those solid plates can get bendy. I don't want to have to buy another one.
All right. So I'm doing the other kind of foiling. This is from Pink in Maine. It's called sheer foil. Tailored Expressions has pretty much the same foil, and it's huge. It comes in a 25-foot roll. This doesn't have any adhesive built into the foil. Glimmer foil does. So if I used glimmer foil and ran it through my ink, it would stick to my toner, but it would also stick to other weird spots on the background. Okay. And what's happening when you print with toner is it's basically tiny little pieces of plastic, and then you stick them through a mink or a laminator, and it melts that plastic. And then as it cools, the foil sticks to the plastic. I have been experimenting with my mink and like how things printed this time, because it's not always the same. And with this particular batch of printed sentiments, I'm using heat level 4. Usually I foil most things on 3. And I just brush off any like extra dust or anything that might be on there. I'm not real worried about the foil because I just opened that box. And then I don't have the transfer thing that came with it. And I was using printer paper, but it's really thin, and then my foil sometimes buckles. So I'm using actually 100-pound cardstock. But I think that's why I need the heat level 4, is that there's all this extra cardstock here. And even though it said it turned green, it said it was ready. I'm gonna let it heat up for like an extra couple of seconds, maybe a minute. And then it goes through pretty quick. The Gina K Fuse machine is kind of the same way, where like you can choose your heat level. If you're using a laminator, I have not had great luck with it. The best luck I ever have is when I let that heat up for like a half hour, except that mine has an auto shut off. So then you have to override that. So I'm gonna lay that out there and be like, if that helps.
Question, Sarah Liz. What brand of laser printer do you have? Because it does need to be a laser printer, folks, if you want to foil. It can't be.
It does. So I have an HP, and what I have is actually like overkill. I have it for other reasons. I think it, yeah, anyway. And it won't print anything over like 80 pounds. So I've printed on to 80 pound smooth hammer mill. And I will say I'm really particular on my print settings. See, I have a little bit of bubbling there. I'm going to lift this up a touch. Looks pretty good, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna lift it up and press it back down just to get those bubbles out, and I'm gonna run it through again. I put my print settings to tell it it's printing on transparency because it goes through the printer a whole lot more slowly that way.
Yeah.
And it prints like a more solid black on some of those thick areas, probably because it's gonna go on plastic. So if you don't have a transparency setting, like see if you can select the cardstock weight or anything like that. But also I've printed at, I think it's a FedEx. It's in the Walmart around here. And like, they were so nice. They were the nicest humans ever. And they helped me print some of the blackest like toner printing I've ever seen. So you can always do that too.
So Gaz
And
says
that's
as a replacement to your carrier sheets, you can use baking sheets.
You can. You guys, I totally lost the sentiment. I don't know where it went. Did anybody see it?
No, it fell off.
It's in that cardboard. It's in the cardboard. There you go. It wasn't perfect the first time. And actually, there's a tiny little bit up by the Y and on the tip of the E, but it's pretty good. That's pretty good. Never mind all the gold ink on my hands because I was too lazy to ink set it or heat set it.
You can see if maybe your white eraser or your sand eraser can get rid of that little bit of overfoil.
No, it's not overfoil. It's underfoiled ever so slightly.
Oh, it's under?
Yeah. Yeah. And like if I'd been really careful, I maybe could have sent it through one more time. But once you've sent that toner through your Mink, like it's kind of like stamping and then stamping again, right? It's like it sort of disperses a little bit and it's not as great. So I more than twice, I don't really see any difference when I go to like try to fix the foil.
Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Carrie's got to bounce. She needs to actually record her voiceover for the video she's editing right now. So thanks for hanging
Bye,
with
Carrie.
Yeah, thanks, Carrie.
Good to hear from you.
Everybody, pop over to Carrie's channel because she's working on a video, so it must be coming out soon. So
she's great.
I wonder if she'll mention us in her voiceover. Hey, mention us in your voiceover. Just kidding. Michelle, yeah, good point. So she says that those stores like FedEx, if you take it to like a printer, print company, you know, they spend tens of thousands of dollars on a printer. So
yeah,
definitely should be better than what we can do from home.
Well, and the guys were telling me, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Gaz is our resident foiling expert here, so he's got all the tips if you need more tips.
Very good. So the guys at my FedEx were saying you actually pay a little bit more per page to print when they help you. Like if you go in and you do it entirely on your own, it's cheaper. And so they taught me how to do it on my own. They were like, take notes. Do you want to take a picture of this? Like they were so great.
That's really nice.
Yeah, because I brought my own paper and like I knew exactly what I wanted and they helped me get it.
Oh, wow. Cindy made pierogies. Oh, that's delicious.
Sounds good.
I'm hungry now.
Yeah. Have a good dinner, Cindy. Enjoy the pierogi.
Yeah.
That sounds so good. I think that's going to be better than whatever I'm going to make because I'm just going to whip up something. I don't even know what.
Yeah, I think I'm eating an Uncrustable. So, or like somebody's cold chicken nuggets. What's an Uncrustable?
It's a sandwich, silly goose. How do you not know?
Oh, it is one of the delights of my life.
Oh, yes.
It's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich from the freezer, and they cut all the crusts off of it. And I'm not supposed to like them, but I kind of do.
No,
And I only get to eat them like when someone else has fed the kids, because otherwise the kids want them and then they think that's a normal thing. That
And
we
you're
have
like, you
some
don't want to
leftover from
share?
summer camp. Yeah. We don't, they're expensive. Like they're cheaper if you buy them at like Sam's or whatever, but it's way too much money for peanut butter and jelly. But we bought them over the summer because kids were in camp and they need like 2 or 3 sandwiches and I couldn't do it in the morning. Like I was just done.
I've never heard of it. Is it because I think it's because I don't have kids. I don't know about these.
Oh, I ate them in college.
You know now.
When I had no money, so.
Wait, I just.
They didn't used to be so expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were really expensive.
It's more like I could take them with me to. Sorry, I'm focusing on my painting. I could take them with me and like leave them in the freezer at like one of my clubs. They'd have like a fridge and a freezer, and I could just leave them in there. And I ate a lot of ramen.
Oh, and no one would steal them?
I mean, I was president of the club at the time, so, I was in there the most.
So I'm looking them up. And Uncrustables at my grocery store are $9.48 for 10. And they're not that big.
So $1 a sandwich?
Yep. For something I can make for like 30 cents on my own.
Well, so that's my question then. Why? So why wouldn't you? It's just frozen peanut butter sandwich?
Look, there's something delightful about it, and truly we only get them like if we're going on vacation and the kids need to eat like on an airplane, or like sometimes for summer camps if we've got a crazy week, like if they have to be at the bus really early. Mostly I make them sandwiches.
I mean, Meg knows about them. She says she loves them, but only in grape.
Oh.
Yes, same.
She says they're really good. Oh. Interesting. Learn something new every day. All right. I'm not gonna even try to make a card, but I will put my just to show that I did something. I'll put some of my proof that I just wasn't here. Is this all I did this whole stream?
You did great.
Yeah, thank you. I don't have much to show for it, but thank you.
What did I do to my crow? Oh, man. My crow's all messed up. He's got a weird head, but we're going to do it anyway.
So cute.
So friends, the Oh My Gourd is going to be in the kit that comes out on Friday. And that's
toast. You all are making me hungry with all of this.
What else are people eating that looks really, really good?
Lori says that her school uses them for lunch. Isn't it expensive then at $1 a sandwich when you can like just buy bulk peanut butter and
yeah.
Well, some schools, like our schools, they provide free lunch to all the students that need it and breakfast, so it's like easier to send stuff home if it's packaged.
Oh yeah, okay, that does make sense. That makes sense. Okay, so that's that. I'll craft with these folks and then I'll share cards afterwards.
I don't think I glued this down.
I'm just really hungry right now. Now I can't really focus on anything other than like, what am I gonna eat once we're done streaming?
It's gonna be like the middle of the afternoon for you. Like almost 6 o'clock here.
Yeah, we're almost 4. I could do a snack and then
later. Snack after this.
Yeah, right. There's always time for a little snack. Michelle, this sounds delicious. Cumin beef lettuce wraps with lime crema. That's so fancy.
It's very fancy.
I was just thinking like a bowl of cereal, but
I know. I was gonna have some.
What's your favorite cereal?
Lucky Charms.
Oh, do you get the extra marshmallows?
No, mostly because Abigail she only eats the marshmallows out of it, so my cereal would be gone if I had extra marshmallows.
So we get, I found it for Christmas. It was a gag gift one year. It's a 1 pound bag of, they're like off-brand Lucky Charms marshmallows. They taste just like them. Get them on Amazon. But the reviews were hysterical as people are talking about like these marshmallows and the powder everywhere and like, oh, I can't. Yeah. I would say more, but it's going to get weird on a live stream. So, I'll send you a link, Lauren, just so you can like check it out because they're delicious.
My curiosity has been piqued. Lauren must have all the things. Yeah, see how Lauren's got hers organized by color way?
Yeah,
all like in rainbow order. Because that's not how you buy them, folks. Just
No.
FYI. When you buy them, they are well, it is kind of nice because then each set, you don't have to feel compelled to get them all. Each set has like a little portion of the rainbow.
That is nice. I started out with one because I wanted to make sure I would use them and that I liked them. And then I got all of them.
Yeah. Which is what, 6 now, right? Is it 6?
Yes. And then
are there more coming?
Oh, no, because he's all done releasing colors for now.
Okay. I was going to say, I thought they were like at least out at this point. Can I show you guys what I got though?
Yes.
I just got these. These are the Ohuhu acrylic markers.
Ooh.
And I've only used some of them. You know what I love it for is like the little dot in his eye. This one I did kind of wonky, but like because it's liquid, it sort of like self levels and rounds out. Where if I use my little pen, I end up. He looks weird. He looks like maybe he's made bad choices. But these have, I mean, seriously, these have like the bullet tip, and then there's like a pen tip.
Nice.
They're not very expensive. So
yeah, I love Ohuhu for that. They do pretty quality stuff for not like an arm and a leg. Do you have a black glaze pen?
I do. I never remember to use it. I've had it for a couple of years. I don't know if it would still work.
It probably would. Just maybe like right on your
lick
hand
it.
or something. Well, no.
Did they lick it?
Somebody the other day was saying they lick it, and I was like,
That's a hard no.
It's a weird one, but it's not completely random, I swear.
I would not do that. And what I would suggest instead is if scribbling on paper doesn't get the ink flowing, use your hand because there's like some warmth, and so it might like help to, if there's like some crusty buildup, it might help to remove that.
Okay, I'm looking to see if I can even find it anymore. Oh, look, there it is. We're gonna find out.
Try it on paper first, because that'll hopefully. And then, because it might like with the oils on your hands, because that's what I do for my white gel pen too. Is I write on my hand, because the oils from your hands help to, help it move around a little bit. I guess I don't know what it works. It works. I don't know the science behind it. But yeah, it works a charm with white gel pens. I learned that from Crafty Mama Diaries on Helen. She's on a design team with me, and I was like struggling, and she's like, "Just do this." And I was like, "What?"
What?
And I did, and it works.
Right on.
100%. Yeah. So, all right. So, Lauren's doing some fabulous watercoloring, which By the way, if you love what you're seeing here, Lauren's teaching a class in a couple weeks all about falling in love with watercoloring. So
Oh,
check her out on the Not Too Shabby virtual retreat coming up this September 14th and
Coming up real
15th.
fast.
I know, it's coming up. Lauren's on day 1. She's on the 14th. So
that's awesome.
Yes. All right, and then Sarah
Is that a
Liz
paid
has-
retreat or a free retreat?
It's free. Totes.
Amazing.
Free. Yeah.
All right.
Are you? Oh, you're still doing final touches. No, wait. You're
Oh
assembling
no, I'm
something else.
done. I'm just playing with die cuts at this point.
Perfect.
And if I start something new, we're in trouble.
I know you all can't. We can't stop you from crafting. Me, I'm perfectly happy to just sit here. I don't have quite the busy hands that my guests have. So, Sarah Liz, while I've got you on the big screen, do you want to show us your final card and remind folks where they can find you on all of the socials? And if you've got anything coming up that you would like to promote, please take a moment and promote yourself.
For sure. So here's my card, and this is, are these all, this is the small die, and I think these are the large die of the month. And then I thought when I would flip them open, I would be able to like magnet that open as well. I did a little trifold, but it doesn't reach. But it does help to kind of keep that closed, and I like that. This fits in a 4-bar envelope, which is kind of fun, and it still has the sort of like proportions of a mini slimline, but I think it fits the size of the die cuts a little better. So, and then I stenciled the background with the stencil of the month. I'm on Instagram and YouTube at Sassy's LLC, and then on Facebook at Sassy's LLC Cards. I have a crazy September coming up. For those of you who stuck around, I'll give you just a couple like sneak peeks. So I release free printables. This is where we got, oh my God, you're old. These are the fall sentiments, and they come in circles and rectangles and strip sentiments. So that is coming. And then let me show you the one I'm most excited about. There's going to be some wicked fun sentiments. And so there will be a page that's kind of like this, along with the circles and rectangles and strip sentiments. And then, yeah, there are at least 3 other kits coming out this month, maybe one more. If you watch either my video that came out last Friday where I used the August sheet load of cards, or my video that came out today that is like a preview of what I've done with the Spellbinders Club kits, it will also walk you through like what's the schedule for the month and where are the fun things happening, without really giving you all of the details yet. But pretty much I release a video every Wednesday and Friday morning at 8 a.m. And every single one of them this month has something to do with a free printable kit, or some other big surprise that's happening. So yeah, I would love it if you like came and joined us for a month of awesomeness. I'm thinking about throwing some other surprises in there. Trying to think if there's anything else to tell you at this point. Maybe not yet. I think that's it. And Lynn, thank you so much for like organizing us and being awesome.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for hanging with me. And it's always nice to have a little crafty session with your friends. And so I count you among my friends. So lots of fun. Everybody, check out Sarah Liz's channel if you're not already watching from her channel. She is Sassy's LLC. It's on screen now. And whichever chat you've been watching from, links to it should have been shared in the live chat. So maybe just scroll up a little if you need a clickable link. But she's easy to find. Just search for Sassy's LLC, and Sarah Liz will pop right up.
Oh,
beautiful card, my friend.
Thank you. In the description box for my live stream, like maybe when we're done here, there is a link to the emergency card kit playlist. So if you're looking for free printables right away, there's like almost 50 of them.
That's so awesome. So great that you do that, and that you make it free for everybody too. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
So really great. Lamont says, can't wait for Saturday. Seems like you have new / first time guests on Saturday. Am I right? What's this Saturday? Oh yeah, I do. I do have 2 new guests. They're first timers to Crafty Fun with Friends. So join us this Saturday. It's we're gonna be doing some stenciling. So
Ooh.
that's what we'll be doing Saturday, September 7th. Yes, that's right. Lauren, hello. Can you show us? She's got like a card and a half here.
Well, no. Here is the card that I finished. I used the stitching die of the month, the stencil, and the standard embossing folder. I did do stitching for all the dies, but like we talked about, you can also die cut without the holes. So if you just want a solid flower, you can do that as well. It also comes with this really cute sentiment. I threw on a few gems just for funsies. But I like the stencil around. I love when like you can create a pattern with their stencils. So this is a really fun stencil this month.
Wait,
And-
hold on before you
yeah.
move on. The center of the sunflower, I don't know if it's just because I'm really hungry, but that looks like one of those
Oreo.
like a wafer
to me, it looks
cookie.
like an Oreo.
Yeah, or like
I
it
do
looks like a cookie.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
So
like
hungry.
those like I even took the time to do like every other, like go over and under over the rows
Wow.
so they stay a little more snug.
Dang.
But that's just me being me.
I love how Lauren's like, I took the extra time to do it, and it still would have been like way faster than me doing like just the most basic stitching. That's gorgeous. The stitching dies are really good in your hands, Lauren. You really
Oh,
do a
thank
fabulous
you.
Yeah.
job
I
of
enjoy doing them.
showcasing them.
And I like doing them on the live. I think because I can sit and chat and listen and do it, it's more fun to me than sitting by myself and doing it. And then I stamped and embossed the clear stamp, and I was just watercoloring so I could still
Beautiful.
have fun with you guys.
Aw.
You can find me, Lauren Taylor Made, on pretty much everything, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the things. I really like social media. I think it's fun. And I don't really have anything coming up other than the Not Too Shabby virtual retreat in just a couple weeks. I am not as calendar scheduled as my friends here are. But I do try to do a Christmas video every 25th of the month and a Halloween video the last day of the month. And then I am going to try starting this month. It's my plan for every Friday. It may not always be a video, but a fandom Friday, because those are my favorite kinds of stamps.
Yes.
So I'm hoping to some point make it a video every week, but I'm a little busy right now, so it might just be a post. But at some point, Fandom Fridays will be a thing on my channel too.
Yay.
I love your fandom cards so
Oh,
much.
thank you. I collect
You're amazing.
a lot, so I need to use them.
She's got a deep stash to draw from.
Oh my god, I
Lauren,
don't even want to talk about it.
can you take a question about your class at Not Too Shabby?
Yes. What is the question?
Susan would like to know, do we need watercolor pencils? for your
So
class?
I am using the distress pencils in the class. If you don't have watercolor pencils, you can just use your favorite medium and come hang out. That's okay. But I will show my techniques of how I use the distress pencils. And then we're also going to make a watercolor inspired panel with distress oxides. So you could play with those as well if you have oxides.
Oh, like just a regular ink pad?
Yes. So we're going to do coloring and then also making what looks like a watercolor like panel, but it's all just using oxides and water. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nice. Okay, question number 2 unrelated, but also from Susan. So related in the sense that they're both from Susan. What's your favorite stitching die to use?
So I've only used Spellbinders, if that's like you're talking about the brand. I know there's other brands out there that have it, but I just use Spellbinders because they're the first ones that asked me to do it. So that's all I've done. And then I only really get the ones of the month. I have bought a few that I just really like the design for, but I gotta say this flower I think is now my favorite. But I say everything's my favorite, so it's hard to say. For now, this is my favorite.
Until next month, folks.
Until
Join
next
us
month,
on
yeah.
October 1st, and we'll see if
Yeah,
it's
we'll
still...
see if it changes.
Yeah,
Amazing.
but I do love it though. That's a really nice.
It's really nice. Yeah.
I mean, if I got it, I would probably use it without the stitching and stuff.
That's what I would do. I'm thinking about it. The next time they ask if we want it, I might do it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
but the thing...
they need examples. Oh, did my microphone just drop?
Nope, you're good. You're good.
Okay, good. Yeah, the thing about, I think it'd be great also to see examples of it not stitched, because
Yeah,
we need more ideas of how to use what we have, right? So
That's
I
well, and
think it'd be
sometimes
good.
that's not clear from the photos if you can
Yeah,
not stitch
exactly.
it, or
Yeah.
which parts you can skip the holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but the thing is that I feel like if you have at all the goal of Spellbinders actually sharing your cards, they
That's true.
they probably wouldn't share, because when I use things in an off way, it never gets shared.
I feel you, but I so rarely do what the dies
know.
were made to do. You
Me
know,
too.
it's
I'm very literal.
know.
I'm like, let me make a sunflower with this sunflower.
That's what I would have done with it.
I would have made a sunflower. I just wouldn't have done any stitching.
Yep.
I'm not the best promoter of if it were in my hands, I would do a terrible job of actually promoting the stitchability of it. I would be promoting the non-stitchability of it. Okay, well, this has been super, super fun, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. I hope that you got any of your questions answered, and I apologize if I missed a question about the club kits, but if you are catching this on replay on anyone's channel, I'm sure my on-screen guests and myself will be checking the comments, and if you have questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And we'd be happy to try to answer. We can't guarantee that we know the answer, but we can definitely try. Thanks again, and happy Labor Day. I totally forgot.
Yes.
Where's Lamont's? I think Lamont wished us all a happy Labor Day. Thank you so much, Lamont.
Thanks, Lamont.
Happy Labor Day to everybody. I hope everybody gets tomorrow off. Here in the States, it's a holiday, so happy Labor Day. Have a fabulous weekend and long weekend if you are so lucky to have a long weekend. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thank you again for hosting.
Yeah, bye. Thanks, everybody.
Bye. Anytime. See you all next month.